my crafter friends. Thanks for joining me for another Focus Friday of the Hey Chick bundle. We'll be starting with this card, Let's Celebrate You. I've already stamped the little chick. I'm coloring it with Daffodil Delight and Pumpkin Pie. Then we're going to stamp the little eggs. 3 at the top and 3 at the bottom. And we'll color the feet with Pumpkin Pie. And then I'm going to show you a technique of showing shadows. We'll be using Smoky Slate, and you just go along one side and it gives a little depth to your project. The designer series paper we'll be using is Playing with Patterns DSP. So we'll be stamping the sentiment with Bermuda Bay on Pool Party cardstock, and we'll just fussy cut it, cutting it apart. We'll be using dimensionals on the sentiment, and the cardstock for the base or the card front is going to be Calypso Coral. Then we're just going to layer. The first sample I made of this, I layered it the different levels, or I did them a little bit crooked. Some people really like that as a fun effect. All right, the next card, the designer series paper we're using is Dandy Garden, and then I used the Stitch Shapes Largest Circle. I used Balmy Blue ink with the blending brush. When using the blending brush, move in a circular motion, tapping it on the ink pad, and then circular motions to the paper. Then I've cut out the signs, 2 of them with Balmy Blue. The corn stalk I used Pear Pizzazz. The corn cobs I used Bumblebee. The fence I used Crumb Cake, and the ground is Cinnamon Cider. I stamped the chicken and allowed a little bit of time for the ink, the black ink, to dry before I colored it. And then I used So Saffron and Real Red to color the chicken. Then I die cut the chicken. And I'm ready to assemble. just use dimensionals on the chicken. There you have it. Now my first sample I did using the different color of designer series paper from the same group. This next card we're going to use, we're going to do watercoloring with the water painter using the lids of the stamp pads as our palettes. I have cut out two corn stalks, 2 corns on the cob, and the leaves that go with each one. Then I'm using Daffodil Delight, Pear Pizzazz, and Bermuda Bay as my colors here. Then I'm going to, on shimmer paper, emboss with gold powder. You always use the embossing buddy, then Versamark and gold powder, and then heat. Then I'm going to color with So Saffron and Pumpkin Pie blends. The card front layer we're going to use is the DSP is in Good Taste. And then the bow that we'll be using is in Mambo Melon. And after I applied it, I realized I should have put it in her hair. Anyways, a bow, it could be a bow tie or a bow in your hair. So you could use it either way. And I die cut it. Then I'm ready to assemble. The In Good Taste Designer Series paper first. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did my sentiment in black using white embossing powder. Then I'm just layering cardstock or the corn stalks first, then the corn, and then the little leaves that go at the bottom of the corn. I'll be using Stampin' Dimensionals on the chicken. Doesn't that chick remind you of the one in Moana called Hey Hey? I always think of that. And there you have it, the last card. Oh, not the last card. One more card. So this one is using the Moonlight Madness. I mean Misty Moonlight. And I've already die cut my little chicken wire. I'm going to tie a bow with some twine. So I've already stamped and colored my chicken. Then I'm going to adhere the bow right behind the chicken, and the sentiment was stamped on the green in color, which is just jade. There you go. There's all 4 cards. Thank you for joining me today for my Focus Friday with using the Hey Chick bundle and some of the pieces from Hey Birthday Chick. Today's focus was Hey Chick item number 158627. Thanks so much.